Are you considering having an aesthetic procedure performed? Confused by all the information out there? Welcome to It's a Young Thing, where Nurse Paula Young arms you with the knowledge on all things cosmetic and aesthetic. And now, Nurse Paula Young.
Hey everyone, this is Nurse Paula Young from It's a Young Thing. Thanks for joining me this week. Now, I've been getting an awful lot of questions from people that really don't understand what it's like to get cosmetic injectable products injected in their face. Now, a lot of people are really scared about it. So if you're thinking about it for the first time, there's a couple important facts that I really want to share with you. These are things that I hear every day in the office, questions that people come in. So let me see if I can help alleviate some of your misconceptions about getting cosmetic injectables. There's one thing that you've got to realize. There are so many products out there for your face. You can't even imagine. There's various neuromodulators like Botox, Dysport, Xeomin. These are the ones that we use. We talked about that in a previous podcast about relieving wrinkles. But there's a lot of dermal fillers, and they're coming out more and more every day. All these manufacturers keep coming out with this filler and that filler. And why? Because you know what? They provide instant results that last. And you know what? We are an instant result driven society. I want it now. I want it to look great. And I want to walk out of here in half an hour and I want to look 10 years younger. That's the way our business is. And that's what people expect when they come in. Nobody wants to wait. Nobody wants a downtime. Everybody wants to look 10 years younger. I got a reunion this weekend. Help me look 10 years younger. I got a job interview. I want to compete with, the younger person that's going for my job next to me. So, that's funny too, because that's another place you can use fillers is like in the tops of your hands. If you're an older person and you find that your hands look a little veiny on the top, we have a lot of patients coming in and getting dermal filler injected on the top of their hands to make their hands look smoother and more useful. So this is the I want it and I want it now society. So all right, these are the things you need to know. First of all, you want to make sure that you understand what products you're thinking about getting. The FDA approves these products that get injected into your skin, and they're approved for different indications. And what I mean by that is some are approved for lips, some are approved for fine lines and wrinkles, some for hollowed cheeks. You really have to know what the indications are because providers really should not inject outside of their indication. That's what the FDA listed their guidelines for. And the other thing you have to know about these products is they have different chemical compositions. Therefore, they're going to yield different types of results. And some last longer than others. Let me give you an example. You want to get your lips injected, and then you also have these really deep trenches on your face coming from your nose down to the corner of your mouth. We call those nasal labial folds. Well, that's a really deep trench, and you need something pretty firm and strong to go in there and lift your skin back up and make it look a lot smoother. Well, you would never use something with that type of chemical composition in your lips. Otherwise, your lips would never move. You need a chemical in your lips, a filler in your lips that's soft and pliable, that give you movement to your lips and give that full voluptuous type of look. So that's why you see all these different fillers. So one filler does not fit all. When you want to go to your injector, you want to really make sure you know who is injecting you. How much experience do they have? Do they have before and after photos that they can show you? Because a lot of these results are pretty instant, and you can see instantaneous results when you walk in to when you walk out. A lot of times, look to see if they're listed on the manufacturer's website of the product. Are they on Botox's website as a provider? And it's not always a great indication, but it does help. So you have to remember, once you get started, you first timer, you will be a continued timer because you cannot just do this once. Eventually, these products wear off and you're going to need to come back for maintenance treatments. We go completely back to the way you were before. Depends on how long you wait. Typically, your results are going to last anywhere from 4 months to 3 years. So you have to return for follow-up appointments so you can be assessed to see where you may need a little touch-up over time. You're definitely going to need maintenance treatments. It took time for your wrinkles and your creases to form. They're going to come back. The products only last so long. So you want to follow your doctor's prescription after the procedure. You want to make sure that you take care of your skin, do what they tell you to do. A lot of providers don't want you taking aspirin-like products prior to the procedure because it does increase some bruising. And, let's talk about that, some bruising. Don't plan any big events because of possible swelling and bruising. You want to do this well at least a week at least a week ahead of time. And there's a couple of things that you can do to reduce the bruising. You can use some ice packs, and there's arnica gel out there. Arnica gel is really great. You can buy it in a drugstore. You can put that on the bruising and the swelling, and it helps to bring that inflammation and that bruising down. Helps you heal a lot faster. You're going to feel lumps if you get a dermal filler. Sometimes you might feel the lumps. You'll feel the product under your skin. Don't panic about that. They dissipate in about a month or so. They're supposed to be there. You can kind of massage them down. Your provider will tell you if you need to do gentle massages. Don't freak out if you feel a lump. If you see the lump, then you want to correct that with some gentle massage according to your provider. But if you feel the lump, don't worry about it. It works itself out over time. So you are going to see immediate results after your injections. But the Botox, if you get those, it's going to take a little bit of time to take effect. So a lot of times when you go in and you're correcting these problems, you have to realize it's a combination of both. It's a combination of neuromodulators and dermal fillers to give you the look that you're really trying to achieve. So that's it for today for It's a Young Thing. I'm Nurse Paula Young. Thanks so much for joining me this week. Hopefully you're not too scared to go try some dermal fillers or neuromodulators to get a more refreshed look to your face. I hope to help you out with that. Make sure you subscribe to my podcast on iTunes. It's also available on SoundCloud, and you can also pick them up on my website at youngmedicalspa.com.
You've been listening to It's a Young Thing with Nurse Paula Young. If we didn't discuss a topic you're interested in today, be sure to subscribe to our podcast on iTunes so when we do, you don't miss it. The cosmetic aesthetic world can be confusing. We're here to arm you with quality, truthful information from our many years of experience. For even more info, youngmedicalspa.com.
This has been a Steve Mittman social media creation. SteveMittmanSocialMedia.com.
The creators, producers, participants, and distributors of this podcast disclaim any liability in connection with the material expressed herein. This information should not be substituted for individual medical counseling. Information on this podcast is not intended to diagnose or prescribe treatment for any condition. It is intended for educational purposes only, based on the research and experience of Young Medical Spa. Discussion of specific treatments is done only in an office visit directly with the patient. Contact our office to schedule.